We're about to be live, guys. Everybody, please come on camera. Ian, Chris, Alopex, Urban Legend.
Oh, wow. She must be doing stuff.
Oh
I
my
don't like it.
goodness. Stop.
I don't like it.
Hey, we saw you we got a glimpse of you there, then you disappeared. All right, now we are live. Good evening, happy Monday, everyone, and welcome to Primally Poetic right here on primal4k.com. Just want to say before we jump into the poetry, Rubbis, you did an amazing job tonight, again, exposing me to all kinds of great new music to me, and just you're an amazing musicologist, and we're just so happy to have you as part of Primal. And you're a great prelude to Primally Poetic each and every time. So much respect. All right. Now let's get into some poetry. We have Chris, we have Ian, just surrounded by gentlemen tonight. Allison, I hope you come, girl. I don't know. We got Chris, we got Ian, we have Urban Legend back in the building. You deserve like a clap. You've been so missed by so many people, and you know that they've asked for you. Trust me, you're really happy. Yeah, so glad to have you back. The whole team is here for real. Ian, Alopex, let's get into it. How you guys feeling this evening?
Yeah.
What's the vibe? What's the vibe? I'm not really, I know
Oh,
Chris had a busy day, and he's looking forward to Thanksgiving to having a break. What about the other three, the rest of you guys?
Pretty much in the same boat that Chris is in.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. Yes, it makes sense. And Ian, Urban Legend, how are you guys feeling?
Feeling good.
Feeling good? All right.
Yeah.
Looking forward to your poetry, of course. And Urban Legend, you feeling good? You ready to go? You want to go first?
yeah, I'm smooth. It's good to be back. It's been quite some time, so
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Very good. Glad you're ready to jump back in the pool like that. Just head first. Just dive right in. So before we do that, though, what have you been up to with your writing? How has it changed? How is it not? What's going on with your writing?
Oh, it's been quite a journey. Like I've been uh trying to expand into different avenues and forays of writing. So it's taken me to some different places now. I've been
Wow.
competing and doing workshops and stuff like that.
Excellent.
So hopefully, it's gotten better.
Oh, we hope so. What will we do? What will we do if it didn't improve?
I do not know, but we will see tonight. We will find out.
We shall see. I'm excited to see. I know the audience is as well. So let's see what you got.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm first on the chopping block. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
All right. Fell in love with a ghost, half-hearted with a hollow who would eventually deplete me, belly be yellow, bone white from brow to chin, frozen my marrow, muscle memory preventing me from moving on from when we made monsters in my bed, skullduggery on the stairs, creatures stirring all over the couch, a madhouse where skeletons could never stay buried under the covers. Resurrecting emotion so solitude won't seem suicidal is how the lonely fight for survival. Digging up the plot of what made me cry one demon at a time. Grave robbing never felt so good, just shameful. The blame goes right on me. Alchemy in the place of accountability, how I tried to transmute the truth from homunculi. Severed myself from my sins after I've lain with succubi, succumbing to the notion of numbness from a phantom limb, but instead of arms or legs, I can't feel my rib. I fear the chimera in the mirror telling me to look twice and think thrice when I'm alone. Amalgamation of memories won't reanimate what's dead and gone, and zombies don't die. They multiply in multiples of mourning Grief comes with no warning, craving loved ones without scorn, and I've scorched scores of bleeding hearts, being a hopeless romantic, a pagan practice that makes romance pedantic. Pentagrams carved in chests to hex those who come too close. Tragic how I came back from the French Quarter, French kissed by black magic in the form of bad habits, preventing me from seeing the good in things. Sorcery has my tongue tied to spells that bind. Soul bonded in Creole by forget-me-nots and warlocked to praise kings where peace was key. Unchanged because bondage forgot my safe word was unchanged. So I shout hallelujahs whenever thinking of Elphabas or Galindas. Which is more wicked, worshipping Wiccans or being their spirit's unholy host? Haunted, so any potential partner most likely became more ghost. I need an exorcist to expel this existential threat to me, building intimacy. Married to the idea of what could never be. Headless delusions, dueling hand over fist in Ichabod. I trust issues will keep their sleepy hollow dream alive. The nightmare before this is every siren song I heard from them was a lie. I'd still trade my life to live beside a corpse bride. Thank you.
Wow. He came back with a vengeance, boy. Oh my gosh.
My first time, so.
Oh, Ian, really, this is your first time meeting?
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
So he probably had stopped just when you were coming because I thought you had. Ian, why don't you be the first to comment on his piece, being that you've heard him for the first time?
Pretty darn good. I'm leaving. Thank you very much. I don't need to do anything. He's done it all. Great imagery, man. The wordmeister, not even wordmaster, wordmeister.
Wordmeister.
Yeah, and yeah, the headless horseman, Ichabod. Oh man, deep spiritual, you know, existentialism, all that stuff. The grasping with the unseen, that in love with a ghost. I mean, yeah, it's deep.
You guys will get along well. You're gonna love his work too. Like for real.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to comment before I do?
I wish Margin was here.
I know. Why did I give him the night off? Like, Margin, you know what? I'm gonna text him and see, is he free? He could
Don't worry. Chris is here.
Yeah, might as well. Like, hey, can't lose. If he can't come, he can't come.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Who else wanted to speak? Or you want to wait for me?
Well, I was just well, of course, the wordplay was just ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
There was the one line that took me to a different spot, but you were like, zombies don't die, they multiply. I was like, oh, Bebe's Kids. Yeah, it was a great poem. No. Yeah, that took me, like I said, I was here and I went, and yeah, but great piece. Like Ian said, the imagery was fierce. As I love to say, poetry is something that the poet is using to create a picture, and of course, the better the wordsmithing, the better the clarity of the picture, and it was a very interesting picture that was painted, but again, I guess due to the nature of the angst, I see a lot of angry strokes, a lot of frustrating strokes, a lot of dang, why did it have to be like this kind of thing. But yeah, it was a great poem. Great poem, bro.
Yeah.
Indeed. Chris, did you have any feedback before?
Yeah, I was just gonna say the witch motif throughout
Mhm.
Several references there that I thought was good as a play on that and kind of dealing with the feelings or emotions that kind of exuded from the piece. But I think, and this is always a good question, I think he was talking about a relationship, but were you?
Yes. You know, I'm getting a deja vu moment from the fact that you said that because he had had a piece like not like this, but similar. And I thought I just knew he was talking about a relationship. Okay. We were on that same show. I was like, what? So I think it's about a relationship as well, I think. But because of all of the metaphors, the skullduggery, like the skeletons, the suicidal part of it, demons, grave robbings, like you just don't know. It could be metaphysical. I'm not
Night,
sure.
night terror, you know,
Yes.
can't wake up, trying to wake up, but can't wake up. Yeah.
Ooh.
Wiccan, yeah.
Eh,
Witch-like, yeah.
See, there you go. So
It
I'm
goes
not
places.
sure exactly where to go, but I just know I got caught up in it, and I was like, it seemed like it was a poem that, not that I wanted to escape from it, but it was like ivy with thorns, and I'm just trying to tread through it because it's so painful. Even the way that your voice did like a crescendo at the end, you're like, rah! I'm like, oh, okay, you've been really acting. Because this was like a monologue, like a play, almost
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
very emotional, raw. You know, I can't feel my rib. Made me feel my rib. I'm like, why am I touching my rib? Oh, I'm
Hmm.
caught in this man's piece. Like the alchemy in the place of accountability. Can you just talk about that line really quick?
Uh, yeah. So, uh, uh, how can I explain that line? Um, so a lot of times we take um the truth and try to
Mhm.
pull something else from it that best suits
Mm,
us. Uh, uh
mm,
Alchemy is like one part science, one part magic.
Hmm.
So it,
mm,
uh, the point of alchemy is is the search for truth, finding one truth.
mhm.
But as opposed to finding the truth, you try to make something fraudulent out of it
Right.
because you don't want to deal with the truth in all actuality. So you
Mhm.
use alchemy for you're using it as a means of which to dodge accountability. Um, so yeah, it's a scapegoat. I
Wow.
could pull from all the references that I got alchemy from. Any anime heads in the chat would know it's from like Full Metal
Full
Alchemist.
Metal Alchemist, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So if
Okay.
anybody's ever watched that or read that,
Hmm.
uh,
I'm
uh,
familiar with that. Yeah.
it goes deep. Um, People use alchemy to reverse mistakes
Hmm.
that they've made,
Alchemy.
and it has disastrous results.
Of,
So yeah.
wow, that's dope. I'm so glad you explained it. Yeah, I see that. Is the Wiccan, is that tied into it as their religion, like the magic part of it, or is not that?
It's not tied to to alchemy per se, but there was a
Hmm.
bunch of the motif was kind of like a horror motif, and it was like a lot of different
Yeah.
horror references, things dealing with black magic,
Hmm.
illusions and whatnot.
Yeah.
The Wiccan thing, I like to play with words,
Yeah.
so
Oh, we see. Just a little bit.
Not too
so
much.
uh so um there was what was it so I uh so I shout hallelujahs
Hmm.
whenever thinking of Elphabas. Oh wait, no, that's not how it went. Which is worse, worshiping Wiccans or being their spirits unholy host? Um, uh, yeah, it was a line before that. It was like, so I shout hallelujahs whenever thinking of Elphabas or Galindas, which is more wicked, worshiping Wiccans or being their spirits unholy host?
Mm,
Um, uh, so Elphaba and Galinda are both. That's the Good Witch from The Wizard of Oz, and Elphaba is the Green Witch from wicked.
Yes, exactly.
Um,
Got it. Got it. Okay. Yes.
which is more wicked?
Which is more, I didn't get that. Okay, see, we
Yeah,
gotta dissect this whole poem. We gotta take it, put it in the petri dish, or
yeah.
take it to the
As
lab.
opposed, so as opposed to Wicked Witch, which is more
Mhm.
wicked. Also, if you've seen the play Wicked or the movie Wicked, then you know that Elphaba wasn't really a bad witch,
No, no.
and Galinda was more, um, I don't know if she was evil, but she was definitely a bitch to Elphaba in the film. So, based on your perception, which is more wicked?
Right.
Elphaba, or but I shout
Right.
hallelujahs whenever thinking of Elphabas or Galindas. Which is more
Mhm.
wicked, worshipping Wiccans or being their spirits unholy hosts, taunted so any potential partner most likely became more ghost. Um,
Dang. Oh,
um, yeah.
okay. Wow, we can sit with that for a minute.
Yeah.
DJ Gaddafi says, torn between longing for connection, but feeling cursed by the ghosts of memories that won't stay buried. Wow.
Mm.
Boop,
Deep.
boop.
Deep.
I swear. He says it's like a horror movie poem. That's true because that is true. That's why I felt like trapped in the ivy with these thorns. Like it was a feeling like it was very dark, very necessary, very intentional. Everything he said. I'm gonna just copy what you said, DJ Gaddafi. Thank you. All right. Excellent work.
Wait, if
Um,
I could give
of
one more
course.
note,
Yeah.
my favorite line of this piece, I took notes too. My favorite line of this
All
piece,
right.
was which one was it? Oh snap! It was a line about being tongue tied. Um, uh, tragic that I came back from the French Quarter, French kissed by black magic in the form of bad habits, preventing me from seeing the good in things. Sorcery has me tongue-tied to spells that bind, soul bonded in Creole by forget-me-nots and warlocked to praise kinks where peace was keep. Um,
Oh my
so
gosh.
Mm.
And I wanted to highlight too the fact that some people, if they're not watching, they don't know you're reciting your poem by heart, your poetry by heart.
I was just
uh,
about to ask that. Is it from like you did like from your head?
yes.
Wow. 'Cause I didn't
Right.
see it. I didn't see him looking down at the script. I was like, is he doing a Jay-Z on me like straight out of his head? Like, geez, man, that's awesome.
For real.
It's like having a photographic memory. That's pretty awesome.
Totally. Yeah. Goals, goals.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you act? I don't remember if I asked you if you act before. Do you act?
um, I've dabbled in it.
Dabble.
Oh,
Okay.
I guess we haven't talked since then. So I know you know about the novel that I wrote or co-wrote about
Um,
narcissistic abuse. Um,
I don't remember
they
hearing about that. No,
oh yeah, that was
I
maybe I
don't.
didn't talk about it,
I
but
don't. No.
we've been
Congrats.
thank you.
Yeah.
But we recently have been um we took the characters from that book and they did a film adaptation about it. And it's in post production right now. Um, so
Wow.
I was in that a little bit and some other things. This isn't about me. It's other poets on the on the roster. You know
Well, we just wanted to spend some time. It's been a while. We got to
Yeah,
dip
yeah, yeah.
in,
Absolutely.
and see what you've been up to. It's amazing. We just appreciate all of that. Appreciate you sharing that with us. And hopefully we get you back a little. We know you're really, really busy, but we want to continue on this journey with you, see what else is popping up.
well, if
Awesome.
we have time, I'll go again. But everybody else,
Yeah.
what y'all got?
He's putting it on y'all. So one more comment and then we'll go ahead. Debs is in the chat. I just want to take one moment too before we continue. Say hello to Q, hello DJ Gaddafi, of course, to Debs, Rubbers who just played, DJ Screech, Virgo. Um, let's see who else. Smooth Daddy, Raquel, come on in. So DJ Gaddafi says, was it gothic romance or self-exorcism? Which was it, or was it in between? You're on mute right now. Oh, there you go.
Ooh, you said which one is it? But wait, what was the options again? It was gothic
He
romance,
said
and what was it?
gothic romance or self-exorcism.
Oh, okay, yes. The answer is yes.
Yes, okay, perfect. Great answer. Great answer. All right, all right. Ian, let's have you go next.
Oh boy. After
Oh
this.
boy. Oh, please.
uh, oh, I got a couple, but I don't know which one to read.
Whatever, whatever just comes right there first. It must be meant to be first.
Well, okay. Good point. I'll go with that. All right. So I had written a piece of experimental, minimalist, semi-classical piece of music, and I've written some words to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 4 lines. So I took those 4 lines and kind of like went somewhere else with it, which is what this is.
Ooh.
So at least Allison's in here to ask me what it is. So, all right, let's start. A mango walk with cool shade, succulent fruit doing the tango. It leads down to a grassy riverbank. Crystal clear water flows silently. I see her on the other side of the river. A kata on her head with a clay pot of water. Hips in a crimson wrap cloth. Glowing obsidian skin undulate reality itself, as if the axis of the earth starts there. Her Ivory Coast smile makes me shiver as my heart a quiver, staring at this wonder the cosmos also ponders. Oh, Mama Africa, I have a heart on for you. The wind whispers, the wind whispers. The web was here before us. She is real, and maybe just a dream, wanting this reality. Trying to remember myself back, time dancing, gene romancing. The web was here before us. Nanny and the Maroons up in a cool mountain glade under a giant guangu tree, sunlight slicing through the leaves, ancient tongues, vowels, reality, merging timelines. Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth in the Alabama woods on the giant oak trees. Her brain is a map that transcends the gap. Cornrows of corn rolls for navigation as the southern sun shines on a pot of corn, beans, and okra. First continent pot. Someone speaking Geechee that echoes like a Jamaican patois. The web was here before us. Toussaint L'Ouverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, and Taki by a mountain spring. Hand-drawn military maps tapping into the spheres as they talk to the Orishas. On a tree-covered mountain of iridium, psychic metals, and hibiscus flowers. The web was here before us. The Sand People, the oldest people on earth, talking to each other via signals of goosebumps, ringing in the air, raised hair and heart palpitation. Kosatong clicks echo over the Kalahari Desert. The sand dances in circles of ascension, as if reaching for the dark star, Sirius A and B. Have never needed metal shells of artificiality because they were always in touch with nature. No substitutes. They were connected to the source. The web was here before us. Quiet fire with magic blue smoke, curling like a quiet mist, sending messages over the digital embers glowing, heat signature flowing, a special kind of warmth on a cool summer day. Watching the desperate ones trying to artificialize, control, and digitize what they cannot see with their eyes. A spidery trap is the web when the spirit is not the bed. And that's it.
Wow. Mm, this was extraordinary. Where to begin? The obsidian skin reference I've heard through at least two or three of your pieces. You have like an affinity toward beautiful black obsidian skin. Your references to, to I don't even, okay, let me just start here because I don't even know where to begin. I
Okay.
think you're in this poem, it's like I think back to a poem where you were with your dad in a car, even though it has nothing to do with this. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
thinking of the person who's writing the piece.
Mm-hmm.
So you were, as a boy, chasing connection through nature,
Mm-hmm.
family, culture, people, chasing connection, wanting connection, yearning for it because you're a connector. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's like you're displaying the fact that you've secured connection in all types of ways through the beautiful woman who you believe has created the world. In your
Mm-hmm.
reverence to her, your honor of her, your everything that you dedicate, her beauty, her everything, she's existence to you. So then you also talk about in this connection that you have, you yearn to deepen it and you yearn not to forget your connection to the motherland. So there's
Mm-hmm.
all of those references. We talked about the Sankofa bird before, looking back while going forward. To
Mm-hmm.
me, most of your poems that have to do with our culture represent that. You're always looking forward and back at the same time, holding on for dear life, that connection to your culture. It just speaks volumes in your work all the time. And
Mm-hmm.
some of those same phrases come out because they mean so much to you, like the obsidian skin reference. I
Mm-hmm.
remember the first time I heard it, and now I'm here, and I love that. Because you picture it, the shiny black rock. If
Mm-hmm.
anybody's ever held obsidian, um, there's so much more. Anything else? Anybody else want to comment? Because I could just keep on. I love this piece. I love it. It's a beautiful narrative poem.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I
Are you
have
okay?
words.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
I have words.
You have words.
Um, her Ivory Coast, her Ivory Coast smile makes me shiver.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I love the imagery of that because it's a reference to the Ivory Coast, but also teeth, ivory, smile.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But also like the imagery in that. When you think of the coast, your
Hmm.
reverence for the motherland is strong in this piece.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
There's a clear love and and intentionality with the words. Like it's not just a fluff piece. It's actually like a deep reverence, and I appreciate that.
hmm.
And the repetition of was it the web or the world was here before us?
The
Yeah.
web was there before us. You know, it's
Right. So
all about connectivity. You know what I mean?
Yes.
okay,
And
cool. Because I
and
was thinking that, but I was like,
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to say it. But
yeah.
Hmm.
when I heard the web, I think of a Nazi, the spider guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That all that's in there too.
Yep.
Um,
See, so
because
um, so
I
yeah,
want to,
yeah.
yeah. Because here's the thing: we have the internet and all that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
right? But if you really dig into this thing, people were communicating without that stuff before.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But
Hmm.
we're so far away from that now. We think it's mythology and
Yep.
fantasy and superstition.
Hmm.
But there's a guy I forgot his name, but he was an MIT student. He was a classical musician,
Hmm.
and in the middle of his one of his performances, he got like a summoning. He didn't know what it was, right? But he it was about the Sand People. He had never heard about the Sand People before. Anyway, it kept on haunting him, and he found out. He went down to South Africa. He went and found the Sand People. People speak with clicks. There's also stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And I never
So
heard them referred to as that. No, I
yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah. They're like
Hmm.
the Holy Spirit on earth, they say.
Hmm.
So he found his way to South Africa, and when he got there, they says, "Welcome. We've been waiting for you."
Oh my goodness.
I can find a book. It's just a book. He never heard about them before. He was up in Massachusetts, up your way at MIT doing classical music, and all of a sudden this thing hit him, and it hit him so hard he had to follow it, and he followed it all the way to
Oh,
South Africa. And when he got there, they said, "We're waiting for you."
are you
So
kidding me?
yeah, stuff like that. It's
Amazing.
we depend on technology too much, and we think that technology is the thing. The spirit is deeper than technology. If we tap
That's
into the
right.
spirit, you know,
Hmm.
Alepex knows about that, prayer and all that good stuff. So
Mhm.
yeah. So
Yeah,
the web was here before us. You know,
the
we act
web
like
was here before us.
we are the ones who know everything, but we don't know nothing. We're just imitating things in a poorer fashion. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So because
I agree. I agree for sure. I noticed that you said Toussaint, right? Did you mention Toussaint?
yeah, I was talking about I'm talking. It's about black people coming and their communication, the way they
Right,
communicate. Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, they were in the forest.
exactly.
Nanny and up in the mountains, Blue Mountains of Jamaica. Toussaint Louverture and Jean-Jacques Dessalines and Taki.
Hmm.
Those guys. I mean, you just don't defeat Napoleon's army just like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
No, that's why
Um,
they're paying for it to this day
Hitler
because.
didn't Hitler didn't almost conquer the world just like that because he was a military genius. They were doing
Hmm.
some other things.
Hmm.
They were tapping into some other things. But that's a whole nother story. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
that's
the web was here before us. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, the
So
fact that you mentioned him to me gave this the French connection to what Urban Legend was saying, even though it's two different French plays. He was talking about the French Quarter, and you were talking about Haiti. But I was like, a connection.
yeah, 'cause it's all connected. I mean, what happened with
Hmm.
Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth before out in the jungle, the woods, of Alabama and Louisiana, and
Hmm.
how they survived, and you know, Nanny and the Maroons, how they defeated the British, and
Yes.
Dessalines and Louverture. I mean, it. I mean, Haiti basically became the first free country in the Western Hemisphere, independent
It
country in
did.
the Western. So
Absolutely.
enough emphasis isn't paid on it because the conqueror doesn't tell. If the conqueror defeats, he doesn't tell the story of the other guy. He tells his story.
That's right.
So we don't hear the story of the other guys who actually did some pretty incredible things also.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
the web was here before us. We're all connected in some kind of way. We just got to tap into it correctly.
Correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Wow.
Um, so like 4 words for you, Ian.
Mm-hmm.
Time traveling storyteller.
Jeez.
That's what I got
Wow.
from the piece because you take us through this
Wow.
these times in your piece. It's not really one moment, but you take us through
Right.
these
Mm.
times, and it's almost like an epic, kind of like Beowulf, or I'll use this one, Paradise
Beowulf.
Lost. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
oh
Mm-hmm.
my
So it's kind of
gosh.
like a tale that you take us through.
Mm-hmm.
Also it's with the eloquence of a creator. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of how you take us through the word. So it's pretty dope in that way. But that's what I got from the piece.
Yeah,
One of the
thanks.
things, one of the many things.
Cool. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Alopex, any comments? Or just taking it in? Just
Unfortunately, I was having some technical difficulties, so I didn't really get to experience that the way I wanted to. But there were
sorry.
points in time where I got to, hear Sir Ian just, kind of just lay stuff out. It was,
Mm-hmm.
um, he had that Sir Ian swag to it, So there's a there's a certain there's a certain sound that Ian likes to play with, and it was definitely there.
Huh.
And I mean, it was just like, oh, okay, you're trying to sit up and be monosyllabic, but I see you, sir, and it was just like, okay. Okay, oh dang, I missed it. That's come really? Could you act right for 5 minutes so I can hear? No. All right, fine, fine.
Why don't we,
Okay,
well, I
time
don't
to
know if
go.
he I don't know if he feels like it. He has two pieces.
Mm.
Did you want to read that again? Or I don't mind, and I'm sure they don't mind either in the
Yeah,
audience.
yeah, I can read it again.
Okay,
Oh yes,
do
please.
that. Let's give some.
Like right now?
Yes, please. Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I might actually read it a little better this time. Maybe worse. I don't know. All right. Here we go. A mango walk with cool shade, succulent fruit doing the tango. It leads down to a grassy riverbank. Crystal clear water flows silently. I see her on the other side of the river, a kata on her head with a clay pot of water, hips in crimson wrapped cloth, glowing obsidian skin undulate reality itself as if the axis of the earth starts there. Her Ivory Coast smile makes me shiver as my heart a quiver staring at this wonder. The cosmos also ponders. Oh, Mama Africa, I have a heart on for you. The wind whispers, the wind whispers. The web was here before us. She is real. I may be just a dream wanting this reality. Trying to remember myself back, time dancing, gene romancing. The web was here before us. Nanny and the Maroons up in a cool mountain glade under a giant guangu tree. Sunlight slicing through the leaves. Ancient tongues, boils, reality, merging timelines. Harriet Tubman sojourned truth in the Alabama woods under giant oak trees. Her brain is a map that transcends the gap. Corn rows of corn rows for navigation as the southern sun shines on a pot of corn, beans, and okra. First continent pot. Someone speaking Geechee that echoes like a Jamaican patois. The web was here before us. Toussaint L'Ouverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, and Taki by a mountain spring. Hand-drawn military maps tapping into the spheres as they talk to the Orishas on a tree-covered mountain of iridium. Psychic metals and hibiscus flowers. The web was here before us. The Sand People, the oldest people on earth, talking to each other via signals of goosebumps, ringing in the air, raised hair and heart palpitations. Kosatang clicks echo over the Kalahari Desert. The sand dances in circles of ascension as if reaching to the dark star, Sirius A and B. Have never needed metal shells of artificiality because they were always in touch with nature. No substitutes, they were connected to the source. The web was here before us. A quiet fire with magic blue smoke, curling like a quiet mist, sending messages over the digital embers glowing, heat signature flowing, a special kind of warmth on a cool summer day, watching the desperate ones trying to artificialize, control, and digitize what they cannot see with their eyes. A spidery trap is the web when the spirit is not the bed. And that's it.
Mm. You know, you said you would read it better this time. I heard it. I listened better this time.
Well, this time
Okay.
I actually heard it at all, in its entirety. And well, yeah, that was it still had that Sir Ian swag. There's
Mm.
definitely that.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm really getting what Chris said about those four words
Mm.
because
Mhm.
again, I'm looking at the poetry as painting, and I see a panoramic view of all kinds of stuff.
Mhm.
Um, but especially with your recurring thought that the web was here before us. Um, I also looked at that in terms of and of course I get to blame Urban Legend Obasaki because he brought up, those of us who are anime heads. So I immediately, when he kept saying the web was here before us, and it's all a question of what's real. So I'm sticking Ghost in the Shell, right?
Mm.
Where the situation is exactly that. What is actually reality, and
Mm.
how are we viewing it? How are we causing it? How is it that we are shaping it, or is it that we are being shaped by it?
Mm.
And,
Mhm.
and that kind of that's what I was pulling those kind of questions.
Mhm.
Even it goes even back to the beginning of the poem, right, where he's like looking at the woman, um,
Mhm.
and and what was it? The cosmos also ponders.
Mhm.
So yeah, he's looking, but the entire universe is also looking.
Mhm.
Wow.
So what's
Yeah.
real?
Wow.
Okay. Cool.
Who's being shaped by what?
Mhm.
Hmm.
What is it, where does it end, where does it start, what?
Mhm.
And now when you look at Harriet Tubman, when you look at Toussaint Louverture, when you look at all these guys, all these people, all these bright spots in the history, you kind of go, okay, that was the past, but how did they shape the past for us, and what do we do with that past? How will we use it to shape our future? What
Hmm.
is the reality? How do we cause it?
Mhm.
Well, yeah,
Hmm.
great poem, sir. Great questions that you got, stirring up here. Yes, sir.
Mhm.
But then
Yeah.
that's that Sir Ian swag. Y'all heard it before. There's nothing new to y'all. Come on now. Come on now.
But I love how you surmised it perfectly, beautifully, and just
Yeah.
made the work
Beautiful.
come, yeah,
Cool.
even more alive
Mhm.
for all of us. I love that. Each
Well,
of you
it's his fault.
do that.
Yeah.
It's
You said
his
it's
fault.
his fault?
It's his fault.
Mhm.
That's a write up for you, sir.
And based on what you're saying, the web is also about connectivity.
Well, again, the connectivity is
Yeah.
there as a result of, but I guess the lens I'm viewing the connectivity was, again, in terms of, um again, the reality.
Right.
How do we shape it? How does it shape us? And there's your connectivity.
Mhm.
Mm. Hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I even love the connectivity of the cornrows. You was talking about cornrows. I pictured the rows of corn and then cornrows of the hair.
And the
Correct.
hair,
Mhm.
right?
I'm like, dang, there's so many connections throughout this piece, man.
'Cause Naima, you do know that back in the day they used cornrows as um
Yes,
okay
I
strategy
sure
and
do.
maps
I
and all
didn't
that
learn
kind of
that in
stuff.
school, though. I had to
Right.
teach my
No,
teacher that.
no, they're not gonna tell you that.
I sure did.
I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah, they didn't want to teach me. No, I had to, yeah, never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. I wanted to say one more thing, but I forgot about that piece. But extraordinary. And if there's time, you can read your next piece. And if not, we'll just wait
Yeah.
till,
No, no
yeah.
big deal. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Oh, there was a comment. DJ Gaddafi says, I think the line was, the web was here before us. Yes, it was. Showing the connections between the ancestors and resisting attempts to sever, digitize, and control. Mm-hmm.
That's it. In a
Mm-hmm.
nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
Man's a poet. The man's a poet whisperer. What can I tell
He
you?
is a poet with, oh my God. He is a poet whisperer. He
Yeah.
is. He
He
is.
summarizes better than anybody else, man.
Yo, that was dope. Whew, okay. Wow. What a night. So, Chris, would you like to go next? He was shocked. Like, who, me? Yes, you. Yes, you.
Hey, hey. Sure, sure. Yeah, I have two, but again, it can wait. This is
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Sure.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll give you the title afterwards.
All right.
Have you ever seen your woman in the silhouette of the morning sun? Have you ever seen the sky as indigo as the ocean's blue? Have you ever been so captivated by the beauty of nature that you find it healing, soothing to old predictions of turmoil and mental unrest, as if being inside was cured by a breeze through winter's trees? Have you ever seen children playing gleefully without a care in the world, and the wonder of their innocence brings you back to before you were 2 years shy of a score? Think lovely. Think on these things. Think of Keith Wesley and Karen Michelle, without whom living was hell, Henry Clifford and Barbara minor, like tying some twine intertwined with a minor, but it was major the way they made me a danger to stand for the stranger who has fallen out of their righteousness into a hanger. Think on these things. Have you ever seen love in its purest form? Observed a day, just watched it without worry for tomorrow, no existing, but living in the moment, allowing the day to unfold like origami, with hidden treasures behind each bend, the order bringing autonomy with sovereignty to respite. Think lovely. Think pure thoughts of twilight entangled with the moon, and glass-filled beaches freckled with motifs of awe, watching the ocean in its natural motion curling over crests and troughs, producing sounds of peace and calm, like lying down in green pastures and wanting for nothing. Think lovely. Peace.
Oh my goodness. I need that poem right now.
Send it to you.
Dr.
Yeah, I
Love
need more than
Jones
that.
does it again.
Oh my gosh. Um, that poem, I think you spoke what we all need. I shouldn't speak for the everybody, but um, so for me, it was to remember what's really important, to keep those things close to you that are truly beautiful. And you started off with the pondering of questions. So you're probing someone probably who, like me, who's stuck in this reality of work, mundane stuff, and all of these responsibilities to break out of that and remember who I am, remember what I love, remember to pay attention to those things. So you redirected my thinking, reframed my mindset in this piece, and made me actually think to going back to basics in real life. This is real life, isn't it? So you're making me actually contemplate through your work to pay more attention to those things. And if I do that, some of that negativity will naturally fall away as I'm immersed in what is really here in the now and really embracing all of that is. So that's what it was for me. And it made me wonder for me, what made Chris, I don't know if this really happened, but it's what I imagine. What made Chris write this to himself, to remind himself to be present?
Hmm.
You know something?
What?
Go ahead,
I'm
G.
thinking this might be read twice night because I want to hear his piece again, and
You want to hear it again?
I want to hear I want to hear Urban Legends piece again too.
Well, let's have a read twice night as long as y'all are all right. I'm okay with it.
Because I want to hear Urban Legends again too. So
Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it. So, Chris, what were you thinking? You were
Um,
pondering.
so I was thinking about what is lovely. That's actually a line from the Bible.
What is lovely?
Um,
Is it? What is lovely?
think
Well,
For
yeah,
real?
it's
think
first
on
it's
go ahead.
Philippians 4:8. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Of
Which
course
was
you
what I
would.
was gonna. That's what I was gonna chat. That was like I was like, oh, he was Bible studying that day, and that's when he because
Oh,
that's literally Philippians 4:8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things.
So
okay.
yeah,
Wow. Beautiful.
partially, yeah, it came from that, and then, but I hadn't read the scripture. I think that this is just what was in my heart and on my mind this day. Um,
Hmm.
but some of it was like the mundane, because in some ways, especially right now, I think I've talked to A. Lopez and Urban about this, just being stuck in this place where it's all what I'm doing right now. Most of that is work, and I've kind of gotten away from the things that I like to do, which is
Yeah.
poetry, the art, and
Yeah.
creating, and not intentionally, but I've been so
Hmm.
hyper focused on um, this specific season or track that I'm on, you know what I mean, that I find myself in a way almost um seeing the things I love to do almost fall away like
Mm.
else, you know what I mean? So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well, let me start to um think on those things. And so I thought about my parents. That's the Keith and Karen, and then my grandparents is Henry and Barbara.
Oh,
Just thinking about all the things that they have instilled in me, and like how I wouldn't be who I am without them. It made me think about like my childhood and my granddad making us pull crabgrass and the lessons over haircuts because he would cut our hair when we were younger because my mom couldn't afford a barber. That was part of it. So it was five boys.
wow.
And so we would go to my granddad, and my granddad taught us how to play pool, and they gave us so many life lessons. My grandparents were the ones that introduced me to God. It wasn't my parents, it was my
Yeah.
grandparents. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so just thinking of those things, like, have I had a day in a while where I just enjoyed the day and I didn't think about any responsibility or
Mm-hmm.
who needed me, who wanted me, what thing that was lingering in my brain undone, but just enjoy the day,
Mm-hmm.
what it is, I love
Mm-hmm.
nature, going on walks and stuff. But anyway, so that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of where the piece came from.
Wow. I literally just skimmed the surface. It went so much deeper than that. I'm glad that you talked about the fact that your parents were part of it. I didn't even hear, see, Ian was right. We should listen again. Listen again. So, guys in the audience, I'm gonna read your comments after we listen to it one more time. But were there any other comments before he reads it one more time? Okay, we're good. Thank you for reading it.
No problem. I'll read it again. I wasn't ready again the second time, but here we go. All right. Have you ever seen your woman in the silhouette of the morning sun? Have you ever seen the sky as indigo as the ocean is blue? Have you ever been so captivated by the beauty of nature that you find it healing, soothing to old predictions of turmoil and mental unrest? As if being inside was cured by a breeze through winter's trees? Have you ever seen children playing gleefully without a care in the world, and the wonder of their innocence brings you back to before you were 2 years shy of a score? Think lovely. Think on these things. Think of Keith Wesley and Karen Michelle, without whom living was hell. Henry Clifford and Barbara Minor, like tying some twine intertwined with a minor, but it was major the way they made me a danger to stand for the stranger who has fallen out of their righteousness and into a hanger. Think on these things. Have you ever seen love in its purest form? Observed a day, just watched it, without worry for tomorrow, not existing but living in the moment, allowing the day to unfold like origami with hidden treasures behind each bin. The order bringing autonomy with sovereignty to respite. Think lovely. Think pure thoughts of twilight entangled with the moon and glass-filled beaches freckled with motifs of awe, watching the ocean in its natural motion, curling over crests and troughs, producing sounds of peace and calm, like lying down in green pastures and wanting for nothing. Peace.
Hmm. Wanting for nothing. I love the idea of the ocean curling too. I've heard of waves curl, we know that, but to say the ocean curling to me was a little bit, I don't know what it does for me, but something. I like it.
Mm. It's it's a simple thing, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
he said the word origami,
Yeah.
which to me is Japanese,
Mm-hmm.
and the Japanese ethos is about apparent simplicity. They they
Mm-hmm.
they
Mm-hmm.
they take complexity and make it simple because an origami is a highly complex thing. But
Yeah.
it's the ocean. You ever seen a Japanese woodblock painting of the ocean? It's waves curling over themselves. So to me, it had a very Eastern type of vibe to it as far as the peacefulness
Wow.
of it.
Mm.
On the second listen,
Mhm.
it's about, childhood memories, friends from your childhood, the
Mhm.
purity of love in its essence, just experienced in silence in a moment. Yeah,
Mm.
it's a soft painting. It's not harsh.
Ooh,
You know
a
what I mean?
soft painting.
Yeah, it's soft colors, but that's where the
Mhm.
complexity lies. That's how
Mhm.
I see it. You know?
Mhm. The purity of love. I love
Hmm.
that too. Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I grew up with my grandparents too, and my best memories are with my grandparents. Well, I was for like a few years, like 6 years, I was with my grandparents, 8 years,
Mhm.
and um, that's where my tabula rasa was written in that mountain place.
Yes.
So I was that little kid who would sit and look at a pond for like 3 hours for no reason. You know what I mean?
Oh, there was a reason.
So
There was
that
a
that
reason.
that's how this poem feels to me. You know?
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Because grandparents are like special people, man.
They
Really,
are. I
yeah,
miss mine so much.
special people.
Mm-hmm. Truly. DJ Gaddafi says, I heard it as a meditative reflection on the beauty of nature, the innocence of childhood, and the sustaining power of love and human connection, the chaos of life, appreciating the small, meaningful things. Absolutely. We
There you
need
go
to do
again.
more.
There you go again.
Yes,
I'm not a perfect summation. He's probably a scientist or something. What do you think?
probably. That's what you get when you get like a scientist and like an English major type together
Yeah,
and know them, it's like, oh, okay, that's what happens.
yeah.
Awesomeness. All right, that was amazing. I'm so glad that you read it again, Chris. It was just touching, and I want to live like this poem more. I'm going to do that. So thank you.
Mhm.
Back to basics for me. Yeah. All right, Alopex, Alopex. And if you have to go, sometimes, just between me and you, sometimes you have to go early. So if you have to go, okay? But after your piece, I'm saying,
Ah, I
just so
see.
you know.
Well, I have two pieces, and one is fairly short, and the other's, well, really short. So I
Okay.
don't know if, well, they'll need to be reread like the others. Um, but of course, we are approaching that time of year,
Mhm.
Thanksgiving. So the first poem is entitled Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Thanksgiving. It's that time of year when Americans gather from far and near. Forget about those who used to live here, who held the land and its fruit dear. Oh, oh yeah. By the way, happy Thanksgiving. We are decidedly driven by what's known as selfish ambition to seek what's ours, not for the brethren, for those who are homeless or downtrodden. Oh, oh yeah. By the way, happy Thanksgiving. We make a point of coming together, claiming to love each other, but not taking the time to bother to lovingly confront that family member who thinks they can cook. I mean, they swear by the good book, not just verbally put up those hands, but give that look. Either that or the embarrassment would also have you shook. So no one says anything, but that's okay. They saw the last time the family was partying that their dishes weren't appealing. Oh, yeah, by the way, happy Thanksgiving. See, we want to watch the football game. Of course, we want the right now joy and escape the pain, not to repent for the sin we maintain and continue to disrespect God's name. Uh, oh, yeah. By the way, happy Thanksgiving. And let's not forget about addressing the divine. I thank God, but only focus on what's mine. I'm grateful for him allowing me to have my bag, my dime, not for his grace when I wasted my purpose and time. Oh, oh yeah. By the way, happy Thanksgiving.
Ooh, I don't know how easy the food gonna go down this Thursday, man. No, but you know what? This piece, first of all, extraordinary. It's funny. It's real because so oftentimes many times I have had conflicting feelings of celebrating this, yeah, travesty against the original peoples of this country. We forget about, well, I don't forget about it, but I feel like a hypocrite eating around the table. And what I've been told by my family when I say this, because I've said I don't want to celebrate Thanksgiving anymore, but every year they still do it, and my vote doesn't really count. And they say, it's just a time for us to get together as family. You have to think of it that way. But what if I can't though? It's hard because I know the truth. It's hard to run away from the truth, at least for me. So I really identify with this, and it makes me kind of struggle a little bit more because, again, no, it's a good thing. No, I'm faced with the truth and I have to do something with it.
Yeah,
What to do, I really don't know.
because I think that's part and parcel of the problem. When we look at what the first Thanksgiving actually was,
Hmm.
it actually had nothing really to do with being, those who took the land over. It was, in fact, the first Thanksgiving was, we didn't know that, well, the colonials didn't know what they were doing. They were starving themselves,
Hmm.
and so the
Correct.
Indians helped them out. And so
Hmm.
they were grateful for the help
Hmm.
Thanksgiving. But
Hmm.
today we commercialize it. Today, again, we're not really looking at what that was, and we're not therefore dealing with it for what it is. And so we sit down and we Christianize it, we commercialize it. So now instead of understanding what went out, what happened back then, so that we learn from our mistakes, we're too busy in some way, shape, or form going over and over and over again.
Yeah.
You said those who used to live here.
Hmm.
One of your lines.
Say again.
One of your lines, I think, said those who used to live here.
Hmm.
Um,
I think.
Yeah, I did.
yes, yes. It's that time of year where Americans gather from far and near. Forget about those who used to live here,
Okay.
Hmm.
who held the land and its fruit dear,
Mm,
the Indians.
right.
Oh, by the way, happy
The
Thanksgiving.
natives.
Mm,
And then we also threw something in dealing with the homeless and the downtrodden. We're decidedly driven by what's known as selfish ambition to seek what's ours.
Hmm.
mm,
We're not looking to seek for the brethren. We're not looking out for the homeless. We're not looking out for the downtrodden. No, by the way, happy Thanksgiving. What are you thanking him for?
yeah.
For your
Right.
selfishness?
Yeah. You said thank God, but only focus on me.
On
Mm,
me.
Hmm.
So you're really not thanking God. You're really looking at
Yeah.
yourself as your God.
Hmm.
yeah. It also brings to mind the persistent arrogance of a narrative because
Hmm.
the dude left Europe trying to find another way to India.
Speak
And
on
he got somewhere and says, "Okay, you guys are Indians." They says, "No, we're not." So yes, you
it.
are. You're Indians.
Hmm.
So I'm just saying,
She says,
Correct.
no way, I'm wrong.
Yeah,
yeah,
he ain't
it
wrong.
it 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 reflects a whole mindset because you have not decided what reality is and that these guys are Indians.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah,
And
that's still
people have
going
been,
on, by the way. But yeah,
yeah, that was powerful. And
that
people have been
mindset.
told who they are ever since.
Yeah.
Called Black, then African American, then what? I mean, there's always a label coming. What's next?
Yep.
All right. That piece reminded me of one that you wrote about Christmas. I think it was last year. It had us really, yeah, focus on the true meaning of Christmas and what we're really doing. And it really made me think again. So it's one of those pivotal pieces for me. Yeah, I love that one as well. All right, let's head to the chat, see what's going on. Ian, earlier a line that that I said I couldn't remember was with your piece is when you said as if the axis of the earth starts there. That was
Hmm.
such an amazing line for me.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Absolutely. All right.
Mami Wata.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask Alopex, whose cooking are you talking about? Alopex.
Oh, that's just typically everybody. Somebody, there's somebody out there who in the family who can't cook and they swear they could cook. And okay, all right. But you know, when you put in so much black pepper that you know, I think that's paint. Maybe that's not good cooking.
Hey, Alopex.
Pepper.
Inquiring minds wants to know.
Yeah, right.
Who's,
Yeah, we want to know.
whose culinary deficiencies are you going to address this
Well,
Thanksgiving?
that was highlighting a family member who again she swore she could cook.
Uh-oh.
She used pepper like it was water. So everything was hot. It was yeah. But yeah. So
That was her way to
fortunately
season
for
the
me,
food.
and fortunately for me, she's no longer here to defend herself. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we were clearly trying to start something. Clearly,
Yeah.
but, you know,
I would never start anything on an alternate Friday. You should know better. That's a write-up for you.
It's Monday.
Okay.
Oh, not a write-up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. Here
So-
we
It's
go.
a Monday. It's not even
Yeah.
a Friday. It's a Monday.
No. Hi, I'm your residing regional agent of chaos. We have our own calendar. So to you, it's Monday. But this is, according to the chaotic calendar, alternate Friday. There you go.
So
There's your write-up for me having to explain stuff to you. Thank you very much.
the next time we see you, so we won't see you with a black pepper eye then.
That's what we should get him for Christmas. I'll get him black pepper shakers.
Yeah.
Black pepper eye.
We can use that, but
Oh, that makes me not want to use black pepper anymore. I mean, sheesh. Goodness. I might look at it and be like, nah.
yeah. And
Dang, how you mess up something with black pepper? I never heard that before.
yeah, well, you know, if you ask certain family members, they could go, I remember how that's done. And yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's what DJ Gaddafi said about your piece. Satirical, yeah, definitely poem. Criticizing modern Thanksgiving, highlighting the hypocrisy, self-interest, and performative gratitude. I like the contrast between the outward expression and avoidance of accountability. I like that too.
Hey, does Gaddafi write? Does he write?
Gaddafi, do you want to tell in the chat whether you write?
Yeah, he does.
He's just hiding.
He's written before. He doesn't. He probably doesn't do it as often, but he has written. He's even shared before.
He has. He wrote. He read a piece when we were showcasing others' works. He had read. What's the guy's name who did Black Boy?
What's the guy's name?
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Richard Wright or something like that.
Is it? Yeah, Richard Wright. Is that who you read, DJ Gaddafi, or am I misquoting? Because I think that was 2 years ago. I think that's what he read. And I think it was Richard Wright who wrote that book piece. But all right, so we're about 10 minutes over, and I just wanna, I am fine, but whoever has to go can go, but we can hear those other pieces again by Urban Legend. Oh, it's just Urban Legend, right?
Yeah.
Ian? Okay, that was it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And thank you again, Alopex, for those pieces. Amazing.
Well, I do have one.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I said pieces, and we spent it seemed like so much more. Sorry. Yes, read your piece. My bad.
And this one is really short, so
yes, no problem.
it'll even take a minute.
No problem.
It is entitled "An Aspect of My Faith."
Oh, I like that.
Whether it's ante or post meridian, if I use rhythm, share an emotion, or innovate through intuition, I continue to play my position. Faith, it's part of me, not something to shun. I belong to God in that there's no confusion. I bring the works to back up my profession. It's not to show off, but to provide information to successfully induce a factual infusion so the hearer can be aware of my life's direction. To bring this to its conclusion, yes, this is a monologue, and no, my faith's not up for your discussion.
Yes, sir. And that, my friends, is a poem connected to Answers from the Word. Every other Sunday, right here on Primal4k.com. Wow. That piece really, it said it all. I wish I could have like regurgitated some of it, like the factual, what's that line? Factual what?
Uh, it's not to show off, but provide information to successfully induce a factual infusion so the hearer
Excessive.
can be made aware of my life's direction.
Whew. Yes, that's what you do. That's what you do. That poem is amazing because it just outlines everything that you do, or everything that you are in a very creative way. I love how you say too, I belong to God. I don't think I've heard anyone say that before. Maybe you said it maybe in another piece, something close to that. Something,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Because essentially, when you think of covenant, that's the whole premise of a covenant.
mhm,
And you wonder why it is that the covenant really doesn't work well with a prenup, because a prenup is a contract. A covenant is very the opposite of a contract. It is, first of all, the basis is trust. Secondly, the scope is complete. I trust you with everything. So here. So yes, in the covenant that God wants to make with us, he says, you are mine, but also I am yours. I am
mhm,
your God, and you are
mhm,
my people.
mhm,
So yes, I belong therefore to God.
mhm,
Completely, totally reckless, abandoned, call it what you want, but everything that he has is all of me. All of my foibles, all of my problems, all my issues, all of my faith, all of my trust, all of my wonder and awe. It's all his.
mhm. All of your wonder and awe.
Sir, are you saying a prenup is about mistrust?
Yes, every contract is
Uh-oh.
built on
He had
fear.
to sit back on the couch for that one. Wait a minute now.
Every contract is built on fear. It is also, unlike the
Every
covenant,
contract?
it is only
Well, because it's about
situational.
protecting yourself. So that's why
Yes, it's about, yes, but that protection is at its base fear.
fear, because what's going to happen if
Because
I
what's going to
don't?
happen if you don't give me what you promised, then I get to take from you. I get to be recompensed for the fact that you broke my trust that I was scared to give you in the first place. Not only that, it is limited in scope because I can't trust you with everything. I barely trust you with this here. So
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
we're gonna enter into this contract, and you better give me what you said. And what I better give you what I said. Well, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that,
Mm-hmm.
but only about this right here. I'm not talking about this. No, that's all mine. Yeah, I don't trust it. We ain't talking about that.
Yeah, that's a whole sermon right there, man.
And every contract is that way versus every covenant. And so no, you're not going to mix the two because one that they're the antithesis. You're trying to mix two things that are complete opposites.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, opposites do not attract; they
Mm-hmm.
destroy.
What do you think about that?
They're completely
Sorry.
incompatible with each other.
Something to think about. Ian, what do you think? You're stroking the chin.
No, I was saying, I remember a time my grandfather would do a deal with just a handshake, like sell a couple acres of land just by a handshake.
Dang, that's it?
Yeah,
Right?
those days are gone, man.
But that was based
Ooh,
on a system of credit,
wow. Wow.
But there's
and
a guy. I'm sorry, Oliver. Go ahead.
and in the system of credit, again, there's still that level of, do I really trust you? Because it's all about your worthiness.
Hmm.
Did you establish your credit worthiness to whomever? Because if you did, fine, they will trust you long enough to get what they feel like they can get. But if you don't establish that credit worthiness, you don't get that trust. That deal does not happen.
Hmm.
Oof.
But here's an interesting thing. There's a
Wow.
singer. There's a singer called October London.
Mm-hmm.
He signed to Death Row Records, which is owned by Snoop Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And the only deal he has with Snoop Dogg is a handshake.
For real?
He
October,
make,
what?
he
What,
makes some of
Mr.
he's making some of the wickedest music out there right now, man.
He is. I didn't know that though. I didn't know it was just a handshake.
Yeah. So all he makes is a handshake.
But
It might,
again, But again, what is Snoop saying with that handshake?
Snoop is saying, do what you gotta do, make your money
Do
when you
it.
make your
Yep.
money.
Make it, because I trust that you're going
Right.
to do that.
When you get to a certain point, then we talk. But right now, just take care of your family and do your thing. Which was like, what? And he said it. October Lemon said, I was like, man, that's unbelievable. In 2025, you got a handshake
Right.
in the cutthroat industry. That's
Right. That is extraordinary.
you know.
Wow. All right. Thank you for that. I'm just waiting for if there's any other comments popping through in the chat. I don't see it yet. Oh wait, no, it is there. DJ Gaddafi says, I love how this poem projects self-assuredness and respect, inviting thoughtful engagement with his values without imposing them. Yeah,
Interesting.
very, very.
I say interesting because
Without imposing them. Go ahead.
because, especially with that last bit, imposing. You know, we Christians have that history in which that's exactly what we do, and we have to learn and understand that our job is not to force a conversion, and our job is not to be necessarily winning the argument. That's not our job. Our job is to offer. It is to minister, and that means that we are to serve up the good news. We're supposed to say, you can keep doing what you want. That's cool if that's what you want to do. But there is this other way. And you know, I got that right here. If you want to try it, you want to try it. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. You don't have to. Hey.
If you talk to somebody like that, they better try it.
No, you don't have to try it. No, you don't. No, you don't. And see, the point is to induce you to make a choice. Which choice you make, that's your own problem. Ain't got nothing to do. But did you choose?
That's some pressure.
But no. The only pressure is make a choice.
Person.
Whether
right,
or not you choose God or you choose to go to hell with gasoline pants on, that's your choice.
No, that's not fun. That's not.
It's not fun. It's not fun, but it is the reality. You are either going to sit down and realize that there's a personal relationship with this personal God, or you're going to decide that you're going to be your own God, and well, good luck in saving yourself.
Ooh.
But you don't have to.
I feel like you didn't give them a choice, brother man. You didn't give them no choice. But
yes, you did. Yes, you did.
You said either burn in hell or.
Hey, well, see, again, when you look in the Bible, even the Bible tells you at some point in the book of Psalms, it says that humanity says, let us cut our cords from him. Let's cut that connection that Ian was talking about, because the web is always before us. Let us cut it from the Creator. We don't want to be connected to him. So if you don't want to be connected, that's cool. You don't have to be. But that's how you wind up in hell, because you've chosen not to remain with the source. And because you choose not to remain with the source, you get cut off. But again, what does Psalm say? Let us cut our cords. It's not that God cut the cord, it's that you cut your own doggone cord. When the Bible is clear that he would that none perish, but all come to repentance. In other words, reconnect with me. That's what I desire. Reconnect with me. And you say, no, we don't need that. We're good. Okay. You good? I'm good. You chose, I chose. You probably should have went with the winning side, but hey, it's your choice. And look, you still on this side. So guess what? If you really want to, you can always change your mind. But hey, make a choice. Make a choice. Make a choice. Whatever that choice is, make a choice. God handles all the choices. He says, I would you were cold or hot. Lukewarm, that's not going to work for me. I'm going to get rid of you. But there's your choices. Make yours.
Okay. Y'all heard
Have
that?
a nice day.
Make your choice. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much, A. Lopez, for those pieces. It's been quite a night. We're not finished yet. One more piece. We're gonna have Urban Legend recite his piece again so we can hear it one more time, take it in, and then we will end our show.
I mean, it's up to you, man. You know, if you're
No, I had, it's funny, I had two pieces prepared. I was like, oh man, I didn't know.
but
I'll
I
leave
can
it up to you guys if you want to hear the
I want to
second
hear the
piece.
other one then.
The other one? Well, yeah, because like, after I heard your piece, I was like, oh, I want to do this other one now. So,
Okay.
All
Let's
right.
let's do it.
Let's do
Let's
that.
do it. Mm-hmm.
Democracy.
strange how fruit hangs from power lines, resembling boots, strapped to those, trapped to the idea dealing is the only way to pull themselves up. As angels watch over the ancestors' dead descendants who became dependent on selling weight before their souls float away, don't want to be remembered as just a pair of J's. Reminder of the days when Willie lynched the slaves, when a 9 to 5 was dawn till dusk, covered in the musk of a hard day's work, when the touch, the feel of cotton pick and prick the tips of our progenitors' fingerprints. Dirt poor and worse for wear, the Bible Belt beat the bejesus out of non-believers to make Negroes spiritual. Upon request, sweet and low chariots swing to and fro to grant us sucralose released from sugarcane pains, while breeders would seed fertile wombs by making broken bucks nakedly knocking boots. Living beings turned livestock. Little piggies, hog tied to horseshoes, workhorses from Baton Rouge working out how to make it north with southern roots. Mississippi mud pies making moose tracks up a rocky road. I scream, you scream, we all scream for butter pecan praline to keep the heat off our heels. As we tiptoe through foothills with bare feet, we don't dare speak of catching Z's when staying woke keeps folk from being caught awake and unaware. Ooh. In the pursuit of happiness, they send dogs to fetch a few runaways. Wayward strays striving to be self-made, wade in rivers waist high. Stars guide on cloudless nights off the beaten path, where welts from a rust belt callous our skin. Put our boots on the ground to war against our kin, then put them on again to grind away in factories. Model Ts made Motor City subways obsolete. Motown caused a heat wave from people dancing in the streets. In time, salt mines fill underground railroads with potholes where freedom ring dreams are buried alive. But archived above our eyes lies truth, dangled from noose necks we don't dare goose step around. So it might seem upside down to see a jump man hang, and it be uplifting, but it's quite befitting. The Foot Clan, Ku Klux Kunta Kinte shell toes, so we couldn't bebop or rock steady off the starting line. It's how racist, nigger rig, racist, but our spirits weren't only meant to sprint. These cleats transcend trauma bonds that saw our bloodlines laces launched over telephone wire. It's a memorial of the miles we marathon that can't be gerrymandered by gentrifiers.
Can't be gerrymandered or gentrified. Oh, wow. Oh my God.
Was that a slam piece?
Say again?
Was that a slam piece?
Not technically, but it was based on a prompt. But I have tried to slam with it a couple of times.
You did.
I like
feel-
that. I like
Yeah.
that homage to that commercial about the cotton.
Um,
And the motif of the shoe dangling and hanging off of the wire, that was very well
mhm,
played throughout. I like
mhm.
that. I like that. Even though there was different shoes, there was boots, there was cleats, it was always shoes
Mhm.
hanging. Yeah.
Um, to me, it was kind of like, well, first of all, so complex because you did the opposite of what is trying to be done right now. Instead of and having our history erased, it's kind of like you brought it back to the forefront, and you have the mirror in front of my face seeing everything that our people have been through and everything they endure, but everything that they have overcome. And it was so very similar to Ian's poem of striving to keep the connection, but also talking about the enemy and how they're trying to disconnect us from who we are. The welts on the back, everything. I mean, I was just sitting on that plantation that I've never been on, although my mom swears that I used to be a slave, born a slave because of some song she played when I was a baby, and I would react to it every time she played it. I can't remember the name of it, sorry, but anyhow, it had something to do with slavery. But I was literally on the plantation. You brought me there, and it was very uncomfortable, very, very uncomfortable place to be in this painting of your mind. Uh, I couldn't even, you know, usually when I'm hearing a piece, I want to jot down a couple of things. I couldn't. First of all, your cadence was amazing, but I couldn't do it because I had to hold on to, it was emotional, so I just didn't have room to do anything else but sit in it, put it that way. Well done.
Man,
Hmm.
this was this was James Baldwin. This was Toni Morrison. This was Alice Walker. This was Richard Wright.
Hmm.
This was
Hmm.
this was the American scar that made America great.
Hmm.
You know, that they want to erase.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because some people don't know the difference between GREAT and GRATE.
Tuh.
So you know,
Mm-hmm.
the it's something that will arouse your conscience, and that's what good writers do to me.
Yeah.
You know, it stirs up something in you, a
Mm-hmm.
righteous indignance,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, it makes you remember because it's all about power is about controlling memory, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you erase history, you're controlling memory
Yeah.
because if people don't know their history, then they forget who they are.
Mm-hmm.
There are forces out there who are right this very second is trying to do that. You know, they're taking generals' names off plaques and, you know,
Mm-hmm.
black heroes and black heroines, and they're putting up Confederate horse statues with men on it. So yeah, this is stirring. That's the only I could say. Stirring.
Mm.
Heavy.
Very.
Bad dude.
Did I have any comments? I think Chris has heard both of these pieces, so he probably yelled at me before about what he thinks.
Chris, Alopex, either of you?
I don't know if Alopex heard that one.
No. That one was new for me. But yeah, very hard hitting. Very yeah. That was like I said, it was again, that was the whole point to me asking as to whether or not that was a slam piece, because that I think would make a great piece. But I'm not a slam artist, but yeah, that the picture that was painted there, it was just very stark. You know, you cannot escape what was being shown. Despite the innovations, there are those who have come against us. You know, very much a culture war. Because I mean, when you really think about it, we say race war, but this isn't a race war. There's only one race.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with cultures within that race, and the real question to ask is, who blinded us that we're trying to eliminate ourselves?
Mm. Chris, what are you thinking?
It kind of takes you to a place that you don't want to go to, but the words require you to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Like a requisite, like you, even if you don't want to listen and you don't want to hear, you must. But also, in that must, you have to deal with whatever whatever feelings and emotions that it conjures. And I think that's why people have difficulty dealing with the subject in
Correct.
all cultures, because of the feelings that
Yeah.
it exudes when you hear a
Mm-hmm.
piece like this. But also, it requires you to remember strength, and it often makes me wonder. Um, it is a strength, right? And kind of to the point that Alopex was making. How could any people, and there have been so many people across the world that have been subjugated, how could any people who have done the subjugating look at another people's and be so intimidated and fearful? You know what I mean? Because that's kind of where it comes from. Like, you are smarter than me, you are stronger than me, you can do more, you create better. And so it's almost like a sense of jealousy in a way. And so I
Mm-hmm.
think as human beings, we have to do the job of getting over ourselves. You know what I mean? Because we're all unique. I don't have what anyone in these boxes has. I don't have what Naima has. I don't have what Ian has. I don't have what Urban has. I don't have what Alopex has. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we're all unique in that way. And that's not for us to be jealous of each other. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's for us to be able to celebrate that uniqueness
Correct.
because there's a specific path for us. And it's, again, like Alopex said, it's not necessarily a race thing. I think that's what it's been boiled down to. And it's really very, very simplistic in that way. But anyway, I think it requires us to think beyond which we desire to, because of the feelings and emotions attached to it. So I think that's why people have difficulty, dealing with this subject matter. And it's not who's the guy? Bill Maher has been on social media a lot, popping up like, when are we going to stop blaming the past? I think I heard him say this. And it's really, I find it intellectually irresponsible. You know what I mean? Because if you apply that to why don't you cross the road when cars are coming? You've never been hit by a car. Somebody taught you that, right? And so, in the same aspect, like the histories of deception, trauma, and everything else, I'm really minimizing it, but all those things have been taught because remembrance is important for several reasons. One, you don't want it to happen again.
Yes.
Two, you need to understand where you came from. Three, you need to understand who you are and where you're going. So it's a requirement to remember these things, but also
Mm-hmm.
so the atrocities, whatever they look like, they're
Don't
not
repeat.
repeated. But and I think the biggest thing about it is the power and control. You know what I mean? And that it comes in different forms. I mean, you could say we're enslaved right now as a human race. You know what I mean? It's just not in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Same to a lot of things.
And I
Yes.
think that to
Wow.
to to your question, why does the subjugator look at the subjugated the way they do in order to? But it's a combination of fear and a lack of understanding. And you know the old phrase, that which man does not understand, man fears.
Yeah.
That which man fears, he
Mm-hmm.
destroys.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like I always tell myself, I have no need to subjugate something that I'm naturally superior to. So if I'm trying to subjugate you, what does that say?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So yeah.
Absolutely. Lessons, lessons. Wow. What a, phew, what a night. I've been really enjoying this discussion with you gentlemen tonight. And what our poems have prompted us to discuss, which was necessary from start to finish. DJ Gaddafi says about this piece, I heard the weight and generational trauma and systemic oppression from slavery to modern struggles, very vivid. It celebrated resilience, cultural creativity, and spiritual strength as tools for survival and identity. In a nutshell, absolutely. I agree. I concur. Thank you guys so much for this enlightening evening. I'll be taking nuggets from all of this into my life personally. I mean, that's the magic of poetry. That's the magic of, really pouring ourselves into the work for the benefit of others. Everybody's basically been saying that tonight. So thank you for everything that you've contributed tonight to all of us. Appreciate you, Ian, Alopex, Chris,
Yeah,
Urban
man.
Legend. Take care. Have a wonderful night. And thank you guys, everybody, for viewing on the outside. We'll see you next Monday. Happy Thanksgiving for those who celebrate.
Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.